Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Christian here, and you are tuned in for more of my 2 cents. If you are new to the channel, then welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am excited to be back on with you guys. I haven't made a video in a while, but child, we are here, okay? And we're gonna talk about the things that I'm sure you all have seen on the internet. Okay. Before we jump into that, I am so excited again to be back on the mic and just talking and sharing my insight, my perception, my ideas, and my 2 cents on church, religion, religious spirituality, culture, and deconstruction. You know, that's how we started over here, that's how we grew over here. And um I only turn the mic on when I have something to say. I'm not getting on here just to waste your time or mine. So today is going to definitely align probably with some things you all have been thinking. I know for sure some things you all have been seeing. And yeah, let's get into it. So, first and foremost, I know that we all, majority of us, have seen the viral, infamous video of Marvin Sapp. And as always, I am going, if I say a word, I'm going to give you a definition. I'm sure you all have heard the word infamous, and a lot of times people use it incorrectly, thinking that it is a positive, but it's actually not. Infamous is the opposite of famous. Okay, to be infamous is to be well known for something that is bad, a bad quality, a bad action, a bad deed. Okay, so we're on the same page here. The infamous viral video of Marvin Sapp. I will not be referring to him as Pastor Marvin Sapp. Everybody is their name given at birth on this channel. I am no respecter of person. I don't care. Your people at church call you that, but the people down to the Walmart and the Kroger will call you what they see on your ID. So let's get into this viral clip, and I'll be back with my 2 cents.
There's 1,000 of you. I said, close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. It's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. Now, everyone up here, we've all sold and seeded, but I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically, or even if you're giving tangibly, I'm gonna have y'all come to the altar and give it, because I need to see 1,000 people moving. Bring them baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the folk. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people online need to give $20. This is easy, saints. There's 1,000 of you.
All right,
I said close them doors.
it's easy to give,
Ushers,
but you're not the one giving it. It's easy to give, but you're not the one writing the check for the total number that you're trying to collect. My God. All right, so that infamous viral video of Marvin Sapp is one that has rang across the internet. And when I first saw it, I chuckled. I cackled in my chest because at this point I continue, you know, to be confirmed and why I am not sitting in anyone's sanctuary. It is ridiculous at this point. It would actually just be me repeating myself, and it's kind of redundant to, speak out on the culture of church, the toxic culture of church and Christianity, to be quite honest with you. And it's just so unfortunate because majority of the people sitting there are struggling and they're going through a lot. And I think at this point it's really time to start doing some hard assessment, some hard internal assessment, and really looking at what you're putting in versus what you're getting out. My input has to, my output, what I get back has to either match or exceed what I've put in. And that's actually in every area of my life. I actually require that. There are standards that you should have in your life when it comes to relationships, when it comes to finances, when it comes to your health. What you're putting in, you want that output to match. You want that return on investment to match. At least you should. Those are expectations, those are standards. And it honestly can guide the quality of life. What I'm not understanding is why people in church continue to lower their expectations of church and God, but they increase their input for church and God. You're doing all of the things, you're giving all of the things, you're all of the places all of the time, and you're not asking any questions. You're struggling and you don't expect anything in return for what you've given. And that's crazy to me. Courtney and I recently celebrated our 16th wedding anniversary. And I can tell you right now that we would not have made year 16 if he was giving me less than what I was putting in. Dora blinks. What are you talking about? Like it wouldn't be an option for me because I have high standards and I also set realistic expectations for both him and myself. Like what I know that I should be giving him and what he deserves, and then what I expect to get back because of what I've given. And that's not a bad thing. I think that a lot of us have been taught that we shouldn't have expectations. And not having expectations and then getting something back is actually a reward. That's ridiculous. In this situation with Marvin Sapp, he's literally expecting people to do something that he himself is not doing. And I'm not talking about matching giving or 5xing your $20 offering to $100 as you told everybody standing on the stage with you that they have to do. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, and what I'm speaking on is the fact that you're saying things like it's easy. This is easy to do. It's easy to give this. Well, like my husband says, what's easy to do is also easy not to do. And you are easily asking others to give something that you yourself could just write a check for. And if you yourself can't write a check for it, we need to check on the God that you're serving and telling me about, because you're the one holding the mic. You're the one that's internationally and nationally known. So why don't you have the 40K on today to pay and get out my face? Why are we closing doors? And I've read the comments. I was going to screenshot some comments to post what people were saying, but then I was like, I don't need to post what nobody else has said because we've all thought the same thing. Now there are also some people who are saying, well, you ain't y'all. I could tell some of y'all ain't never been to church because the doors are always closed during offering. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're not always. They have not always historically been closed during church. I mean, during offering. There are some churches, no chicken, that close the doors, period, during service. They just close them. Okay. And that's to, now let me tell you from my personal experience of the Pentecostal church growing up, doors were closed during prayer. Like when the opening prayer was happening, before service started, before praise and worship or anything, when the prayer was going on, there was no walking and there were no doors open. The ushers would close the doors with their hands behind their back, with their head down, and everybody would wait outside in the vestibule until that was done. Then they would open the doors and you could walk and move around. There was never a time that I recall my pastor giving instruction to close doors for offering. That did not happen. And again, I don't really care. I don't really care about what you all are talking about as far as safety measures and precautions, or his follow-up statement saying that, the flow of the spirit and all this other stuff, people moving around and distractions. You all are the distraction with the microphone. Announce offering and be quiet. Can y'all do that? No. You have to direct, you have to force, you have to control, you have to manipulate. And you do that by speaking. I don't know how everybody moves and feels as far as their individual lifestyle and mindset, but I am at this point in my life now where peace and stillness actually provides me with clarity, like silence. Um just nothingness. I just love silence. I value stillness. Be quiet. Shut up. Leave me alone. Okay? Stop talking to me. Because you're disturbing me. You're distracting me. You're actually doing something internally with your words and your movement that is throwing off what I'm actually trying to accomplish, connect with, align with, and receive. Like, come on, you guys. Think about dial-up service on the internet back in the day, AOL, the noise that it would make in order to connect you to the internet. Now, what do you hear when you're getting on the internet? Nothing. It's silent. It's clear. The connection is happening and you don't even hear it, right? You log on, you own. You click the Safari button or the Google Chrome button, you're in there. Yeah, yeah, you're in there. Yeah, yeah. You own the internet. No noise needed. They improved the connection to where it's silent and there's no need for a distraction or for the irritating, annoying noise. And when these pastors are up and they have these microphones and what they think is exalting and going forward and giving direction for the service, and y'all are actually probably vexing the spirit that you all think you're actually cultivating and creating. You're not creating a spirit of giving or a experience that is joyful. You're creating a controlling, manipulative, distracting environment. Chaos. This bred chaos. And it's always, I mean, it's always alarming to me and honestly ironic how people in church love to say, you know, quote the scripture. I think it's the scripture. I don't know, because y'all like to lie and make scriptures up, or sayings. But God is not the author of confusion. I don't believe God is the author of confusion, but I believe that the soldiers in the army for the Lord are, because this bred confusion. I just want my takeaway, my main takeaway from this video is to ask you guys to actually, this is the critical thinking part. Why is it that there is more controversy stemming from the spiritual religious, well, from the religious world, from church? There's more controversy for them to defend than there is actually redemptive, powerful deliverance, healing assignments or manifestations for them to stand on and draw more people to. There, these people, these pastors, these bishops, these evangelists, these men and women of God spend more time defending their behavior and defending the faith than they do actually delivering the people and setting captives free. And I'm just using the words that they use because I don't believe there's anything, there's no such thing as setting captives free. I don't know what y'all talking about because y'all are the ones in bondage at church. But yeah, there's the most chaotic, confusing, manipulative, cultish, toxic, traumatizing, trauma bonding experiences happening in church where everybody has to clear something up, release a statement. I, saw the stuff that happened with Leandria Johnson. I don't consider Leandria Johnson to be anything other than a gospel singer. That's the genre she picked. Nothing about her other than that says to me that's a job. That's it. She went on Sunday's Best instead of American Idol. That's it. That's all. But you all continue to have conversations about her lifestyle decisions of drinking, driving, whatever else continues to happen with her. And in my mind, it's like, leave her alone. Just leave her alone. She needs to leave the drinks alone and what she's doing publicly to get in trouble, because she's clearly not just getting drunk at home. But my point is, there continues to have to be an explanation and a statement made and conversations had about people at church, but there are never any talks of performances of miracles. There are never any conversations and talks about the signs and the wonders that are following one specific person. And I've said this several times in other videos that I've posted before. You all have such low expectations and demands for these pastors, but you all have such high expectations and demands on non-believers to believe? What are you trying to convince people to believe in? You don't even see the beliefs manifesting yourself. You're not being supernaturally healed. You're not being supernaturally blessed, in debt removed, canceled, or any of that. You all are constantly under attack, according to your words, according to your own words, thoughts, and perceptions. You all are under attack by the enemy, your body, your mind, your finances, your family, your job, your marriage, all the time. That is the confession and the affirmation of the church. Under attack by the enemy. And again, I have to ask, how are you all so open to be attacked by the enemy if you are covered by God? If you're pleading the blood of Jesus, is the blood not working? Or are you all not believing in the blood that you're pleading? Child, I ain't come here to draw bars, but put me up there in Mars. Because, honey, what is the. When I tell y'all the calculator don't have no batteries, it ain't even a solar powered calculator. None of this is adding up. None of it is adding up. There's constantly a blemish, a spot, and a wrinkle on y'all pastors, according to these streaming videos, according to these clips that go viral, like this one. A moment that should have been peaceful and people should have been able to give turned into a viral moment that this man now has to outlive. His reputation was messed up in seconds from him telling people to close doors and shaking down the people in the seats after that. And of course, people in church will twist it and say, see, this is how they end up, people saying now this is why they don't go to church. Exactly. Exactly. People are literally telling y'all why they won't go to church, and y'all won't stop doing it. Instead, y'all try to mock them and make them feel bad for making that their decision. They're watching in real time a grown man play games in your face and tell you there's 1,000 people in here, there's 1,000 people online, and I need $20 from you. Why 20? Where did that magical number 20 come from? Because there's a specific goal. There was no right fresh word dropped or given that said $20 is the seed that needs to be sown to meet the need in your life, which I don't believe that's how any of this works anyway, that you give money in exchange for a blessing. But my point is, the numbers are always so round and even with thumb, face, and head Keon. The number was so round and even to get him into his new season in that building. Like he didn't have an insurance policy, which we never got an update on if he raised the money. It's always a miracle for them to get what they want, and it's a mandate for you to give to their miracle. If I don't know if Marvin Sapp raised the 40K, but the thing about it is, I've never known a miracle to need an extra person to be involved in order for it to take place. According to y'all scriptures, when Jesus was out here performing miracles, how many other people did he have to involve to get the miracle done? Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. There are no accounts or stories that I've heard where he called in 2, 3, 10, 50, 1,000 other people to get it done. Y'all, miracles are not miracles. They're mandates on other people. You don't know what a mandate is? Let's get y'all a definition. Because what we gonna do, okay, we gonna get y'all a definitiones. Y'all already know. An official order or commission to do something. A mandate is an official order or commission to do something. Y'all, their miracle is your mandate. You're consistently being tapped into to perform a miracle for them. So does that not make you God? Don't get me started. I am so, the way that I'm tapped in, tuned in, and turned on is to actually walk in my creative power, my power as a human, as a person, as an individual, right? And there is nothing, there is nothing that can convince me otherwise that we are God, that we are creators. There's nothing that can convince me otherwise. And I used to feel like that was blasphemy. I used to feel like that was me putting myself before God. And now I have come to realize that the people teaching me growing up didn't know who they were. So they weren't trying to keep me from knowing who I was. They don't know who they are still to this day. So I know that they couldn't have taught me who I am because they don't know who they are. But whoever gave the first um, commandments of scripture or Bible teaching, they did a damn good job in their planning and execution of how to strip people of their power and their true calling, and how to suppress the real collective energy and power that we all have as beings. And so for me, watching this kind of stuff play out lets me know that if you look at it with the right, from the right lens and perspective, you'll see that the God in you puts them in the position that they're in to lord over you. You're the provider, you're the source, you're the energy that they need. You are the one in power in these environments, in these spaces, in these churches. The people in the pews have more power than the people in the pulpit. When are you all going to realize that? You have more power than the person with the microphone. But they'll never tell you that. They only have the power they have because 50, 100, 1,000 of y'all give it to them. One person versus 1,000, does that make sense to you? That 1,000 of you all can get, or 2,000 of you, 1,000 in the building, 1,000 online, can raise 40K. That's power. But this one man standing up there has to beg you to do it. He has to close the doors on you to do it. Because if y'all all got up, he wouldn't make his goal. That's how powerful you are. But how much control does he have? It should honestly scare you to see and to think, dang, he was able to control 1,000 humans when you all had more power had you realized it and left. He would have been standing there holding the mic, screaming into it, talking into it, probably saying things to disparage you from leaving, but also realizing that what he was doing wasn't working. What would have happened if several people started speaking out and said, oh, no, we don't have that. Leave us alone. You give it. What would have happened if that took place? He would have had to back away from his demand, from his mandate that he was putting out on you. But that's not what happened. You all gave up your power, and he stood stronger in his because there was no pushback. I don't know when the wake up is going to happen. It's happening already outside of the church, where people are deciding they're not going. Yeah, leave me out of it, okay? Um, but I believe there's going to be an even greater falling away, if you all will, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. My belief and affirmation is that churches will be turned into um, community centers. That's what I want to see happen. And it's not spiteful. I'm not saying that because I'm angry or mad or, vengeful or anything like that. I'm saying it because I really believe that's what's needed. We all need community. And I feel like these pastors who have good hearts, they started because they wanted to actually help people and spread the gospel in their mind, should just become community activists. You know, start programs and organizations in order to help, those who are displaced, those who are without food and clothes and shelter during the summer. They may need air. During the winter, they may need warming. Go ahead and provide that. Turn your building into that kind of ministry, into that kind of outreach. You're going to be more effective that way than spending your Sundays reading the same scriptures that you're not even living and not seeing in manifestation, and the giving that you continue to require from everyday people struggling to actually get to where you are to give you the money that they don't have or that they actually need. We have got to get to that place where we all agree that these churches need to close and turn into community centers. Mm-hmm. Keep your prayer, keep your cloths. I need y'all to get these pews and these chairs up out of here so we can open this up, set up some tables, some beds, um, become rehabilitation centers. Let's do that. And let's start taxing them too. Let's audit and tax, because they're showing us plain as day and clearly that they are running full businesses. They're operating full businesses, and they're setting goals and they're meeting them off of the backs of others who actually go to work. Let's go ahead and tax them. Let's go ahead and audit them so that we can get this money, so the government can get this money, and y'all can keep on treating y'all members like sources of income, streams of income, and revenue generating sources. Let's do it. Hats off. Let's do it. I mean, because God isn't clearly present here. God is not here. He is. Marvin Sapp did what he wanted to do and got what he wanted to get out of the people. God didn't. God didn't need $40,000. He talked about it on Marvin Sapp talked about it on a follow-up interview, that there was a budget set that was the budget for the conference that he was preaching at. This wasn't his church either. And that's why I say, like, this is complete chaos and confusion, because the way he had to come back and clear it up, because people were just assuming this is his church, this is a regular service, he's doing this, to everyday people, this is kidnapping. You would never, if you're really being led by a greater spirit that has a purpose for what you're executing and doing, this kind of backlash would never follow it. People in church have a weird way of turning backlash into persecution. Baby, they have a strange way of turning backlash into persecution. Like, they coming for the man of God. Keep your mouth off of God's anointed. Can your anointed keep his mouth off the mic from begging? You ever thought about that? No? Okay. All right. I understand. This is crazy work to me. At least celebrities and entertainers work by singing and performing and acting and go all of that. Pastors just show up, get a microphone, and tell you what to do. All of that humming and hawing and screaming and sweating, keep it. You can leave up out of here dry. Okay? Leave me alone. Stop asking me for money. Leave me alone. Stop asking me for more time. Leave me alone and actually start giving more than you're asking me to give. You give me something. You do something for me. And I don't mean just the word. We y'all have had enough of that. Y'all have had enough word. Y'all had enough scripture. It's time for some demonstration. 2025, make this the year of demonstration. Do something. What were you saying in school? Do it. Do something. I want you to. I double dog dare you to do a miracle. I double dog dare you to raise somebody from the dead. I double dog dare you to heal somebody of cancer while they're actually receiving a chemo treatment. I double dog dare you to remove somebody's let's see, what can we do? Remove somebody's cast from their legs or their arm and it's fully healed and the bones are back where they need to be. I double dog dare you to restore sight to the blind. Do it. I want you to. I dare you to deliver or heal somebody from diabetes, from HIV. I want you to. Do it. Oh no, you can't. I dare you to fill somebody's refrigerator with food from nothing. Just make it appear. Oh, you can't? Okay. I dare you to overturn all wrongful convictions, to speak a word and the judge goes through and literally expunge records of people who were wrongfully convicted. Do it. Oh, that's not something you, okay. Leave. Perform or shut it down. That's the ROI that should actually be mandated. That's the mandate. Miracles or miss me. Miracles or miss me. And that's not what's happening. So we closing doors on people who don't have any proof, any evidence. We're closing doors on anyone who doesn't have receipts. We're closing doors on anyone that doesn't have any verifiable testimonies of being prayed for or given a seed and then their life magically changing overnight or within minutes. Close those doors. Shut that down. Make that easy. Okay? The requirements have to match the outcome. What you require of me, make sure that what I require of you is also met. If it's not met, then we have nothing to talk about. And I honestly feel like the creator, God, would be pleased with that. Like, okay, you're actually getting what you desire. You desire to see something in return for what you're giving. Good for you. I can go on and on about my beliefs and how I believe that our creator, God, feels about what we should and shouldn't do or have access to. But I feel like that'll happen and unfold over time. Um, but yeah, I don't believe, I mean, I think y'all know I don't believe it, but I do not believe any of this is going as it was intended. I don't think none of this is happening the way that it was supposed to. None of it. I do, but then again, I don't. Because I know that we're even here experiencing this stuff because somebody created it. They wanted to see this. They wanted a church to exist. They wanted religion to exist. So they made it up. They believed that people would find it and follow it and pass it down. And they have. We're all living in someone's creation. All of us. You're living in your creation for yourself. You're either driving the car that you wanted, you're living in the house that you wanted, you're working at the job that you desired. We're all living in someone's creation. And then when you get to work, you're doing a job that someone created and thought of. We're all using something that someone created and thought of. All of us are creators. I'm speaking into a microphone that someone thought of and created. I'm using a computer that someone thought of and created. You're watching this video on a platform that someone thought of and created. Do you not see how powerful you are? Sitting in church is someone's creation. They created a building, they created an environment, they created an experience that they believe someone would show up for and give to in order for them to get what they want, in order for them to have the power and the position and the platform that they now hold over you. Create a different outcome. See something better for yourself. You don't have to be under anyone's power or control. You don't. It doesn't benefit you. It hasn't gotten you any farther. You haven't gone any higher being under these people. You are a part of their creation. Take your pen or your Sharpie, not a pencil, because baby, that can be erased, and draw you a way out. Create you something better. Decide today that this is not the way. This is not the truth. And this is not the life that you want. Nor is it the life that the God in you saw fit to birth you into. All of us have the creative power to have a different experience. And the sooner you know that and realize that, the better life will be. I'm going to go ahead and hop off today. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, like it. Subscribe to the channel if you like. If not, that's cool by me. But I am always excited to talk with you guys and just offer a different perspective and to go a little bit deeper um, with the conversation, because it's never really surface. It's never as simple as we think it is. There's always more to unpack. So until next time, I'll catch y'all in the next video. I do have 2 more videos that I'm going to try to record and get out on some other topics that I've seen. One being Pastor Anthony Mitchell, child, Philip Anthony Mitchell, and we'll see how that goes if I can knock that out next. But until next time, I will catch y'all in the next video. Y'all take care. Bye.